Anne Bonny was a female Irish-American pirate who was active during the 18th century. She was born around 1698 in Kinsale, County Cork, Ireland. She was the product of William Cormac's affair with his family's maid, Mary Brennan. When William's wife discovered his infidelity, she divorced him. William grew fond of Anne and had her move in with him. However, when word got out about this, he was forced to move with Anne and Mary to Charlestown, province of Carolina, now Charleston, South Carolina, to avoid more scandal. When Anne was only 13, her mother died of typhoid fever. After this, Anne began to develop what was described as a fierce and courageous temper. Some stories of this temper involve her reportedly murdering a servant and beating up an attempted assaulter almost to death. When she got older, her father wanted her to marry a local man. However, Anne would not hear of this and married James Bonny, a pirate, instead. Disapproving of his daughter's decision, William disowned Anne. She and James moved to the Republic of Pirates on the island of New Providence in the Bahamas. In 1718, James Bonny turned from pirating to informant to the governor, which resulted in many pirates being arrested. This did not sit well with Anne, who had taken to hooking up with pirates in taverns. She ended up getting involved with pirate Captain John Calico Jack Rackham, captain of the Revenge. He offered to pay Anne's husband to divorce her, which he refused. Anne eventually abandoned her husband in August of 1720, when she assisted Calico Jack in commandeering the sloop William. They continued to pirate merchant ships off the coast of Jamaica. While on board, Anne did not hide her gender from her shipmates. She did, however, disguise herself as a man during pillaging so that she could participate in armed combat. Another woman, Mary Read, ended up joining their crew, also disguised as a man, and the pair became friends. One October evening in 1720, Anne and Mary were on deck while the rest of the crew were passed out from drinking. The friends noticed a governor's sloop come up beside them and called their crewmates up. However, only some were able to do so, including Calico Jack. The sloop's captain ordered their surrender, but Jack began firing. The sloop launched a counterattack, which led to those who had managed to come up on deck fleeing. Outnumbered, Calico Jack signaled surrender. However, Anne and Mary refused and began fighting alone. Facing the governor's men with only Anne, Mary was reportedly so disgusted with her crewmates that she shouted into the hold, "If there's a man among ye, you'll come up and fight like the man ye ought to be." When no one responded, she fired a shot into the hold, killing one of them, and resumed fighting. The pair were eventually overpowered, and the entire crew were taken prisoner. They were all sentenced to be hanged, but Anne and Mary were found to be with child and were granted stays of execution. When Calico Jack was scheduled to be hanged, his last request was to see Anne. Upon seeing him, all Anne said was, "If you had fought like a man, you need not have been hanged like a dog."